We now have data that reveals how India's capital is quite literally gasping for breath. Let's just break down Delhi's pollution report card for you, not in AQI numbers alone, but in human lives impacted. Beginning with the respiratory illness crisis. We're going to take you through a 3-year snapshot from 2022 to 2024. The total patients reported with respiratory illnesses, it's over 2 lakh people. That's actually roughly the population of a small town that's seeking medical help in just 3 years. Hospitalizations from respiratory distress, meanwhile, 30,000 plus cases required inpatient care, showing that many were not mild or routine cases. As far as the emergency room load is concerned, till now actually in 2025, in 24 that was last recorded, 68,411 emergency visits that were linked directly to air quality related illnesses. That's nearly 70,000 emergency visits, all linked to air quality related illnesses. Of these, 10,819 required hospitalization, pointing to the alarming severity of the symptoms. That actually means roughly 1 in 6 patients couldn't simply be treated and sent home. As far as the annual case breakdown is concerned, in 2023, 69,293 patients, and in 2022, as you can see, 67,054 patients. Basically, children, the elderly, and those with pre-existing conditions are the worst hit. Hospitals are reporting rising pediatric asthma admissions, and pulmonologists are warning that even young adults in Delhi are showing lung function compared to the long-term smokers. So why does this data really matter? Because it debunks any notion that pollution is just about AQI apps or foggy mornings. It is about ICU beds as well. It's about medical attention, oxygen support, and long-term public health costs. Meanwhile, Delhi's toxic air is choking its residents, as I've highlighted. Hospitals are filling up, children are wheezing. The AQI often reads hazardous. Here's what the central government says, that India is set to have its own air quality norms because the World Health Organization's air quality guidelines they're advisory, they're not binding. And rankings by foreign or independent bodies have no official standing. But what exactly are the WHO air quality guidelines? The WHO recommends that PM 2.5, it should not exceed the level of 5. PM 10, meanwhile, should not exceed the level of 15. These are based on health impact, not political convenience. WHO basically says exceeding these limits increase mortality and chronic disease risk. The center, though, is saying the World Health Organization's guidelines are not legally binding for India. Independent air quality rankings by Yale, Greenpeace, IQ Air, they do not officially represent India's status. This is something that the center maintains. And CPCB standards are what matter in policy and regulation. This is what the center is enforcing. But what exactly is the problem here? Well, you must note, and as you very well know, science doesn't follow borders. You see, if PM 2.5 is harming lungs in Europe at, let's say, the level of 10, it doesn't become safer at 40 in Delhi. So ignoring global health standards means downplaying the real risk to millions. And by calling the World Health Organization norms advisory, many experts highlight and actually question, are we giving ourselves permission to breathe poison? Let's go back to get an update from the Indira Gandhi Airport at the moment, where Tanushka Datta and Anushka are tracking all the latest flight diversions, any delays and cancellations perhaps. Tanushka, are we seeing flight diversions as we speak, or go-arounds? Just take us through the scale of disruptions that this toxic air is causing. You mentioned over 180 flights have been impacted this morning, right?
Precisely, Parmeshwar. So 184 flights from departures have been delayed, but there are also cancellations that have taken place out of Delhi airport. 40 flights have been cancelled, and as far as we know as of now, 4 flights have been diverted. And specifically speaking about airlines, Indigo has also issued advisories and statements wherein it's clearly said that it also may be affected by the dense smog and fog that is encircling and engulfing the atmosphere around here at this point, and it may be facing cancellations as well. Of course, all airlines have also put out their own respective advisories, be it Air India, SpiceJet, Akasa Air, even Delhi Airport has put out advisories saying that flight operations will be affected because of the dense fog that is encircling the atmosphere around here. And of course, this is majorly because of the pollution. Remember, the pollution has been in the severe plus category for the past couple of days, and it does not seem to be improving anytime soon. We just have an update from SpiceJet specifically speaking.
Right.
There were two flights that were diverted. One, Bangkok to Delhi, has been diverted to Jaipur, and
Okay.
it has been departed from Jaipur as we speak right now, and it is estimated to arrive in Delhi at around 11 a.m. And another flight, which is again Bangkok to Delhi, also was diverted to Jaipur, will be expected to arrive in Delhi at around 11:30 a.m. So as of now we speak, flights that were diverted basically to land in Delhi were diverted to Jaipur first. That is usually the plan of action that is followed in cases of fog. Flights are diverted to Jaipur in this area because it's of course the closest possible airport to land at, and be there until the skies are a little clear for flights to take off again. We do understand that visibility is at this area is at 200 meters right now.
All right.
It was even worse earlier in the morning at around 50 meters. So it is improving gradually through the day. But of course, flights continue to be disrupted because of the dense fog. Back to you.
Thank you so much for taking us through the real-time status, Tanushka. Anushka, meanwhile, tell us, how is the Delhi government responding? Are we even getting a response as far as the hazardous levels of toxicity in the air are concerned? And has the Environment Ministry responded to this latest AQI data, the health data and the public pressure?
That's right, Parmeshwar. We are seeing that so far the Ministry of Environment, that is from the Delhi government, has not responded anything about these kind of toxic AQI levels that can be seen in Delhi NCR. We did see that few days ago they had mentioned that they will be forming a panel that is going to suggest the government about how to mitigate the air pollution situation in Delhi NCR. There are flying squad members who will be doing their bit of research on all the hotspots in Delhi NCR. We do know by now that Anand Vihar, Jahangir Puri, Narela, Wazirpur, all these stations have recorded an AQI above 500, that is in the severe plus category, and every year we are seeing that these are the areas where most of the toxic air pollution can be seen, and the levels quite keep on deteriorating in Delhi NCR. The Delhi government has in fact invoked the strictest anti-pollution curb, that is the GRAP 4, and have in fact also said that all the vehicles except for BS6 diesel and BS4 petrol vehicles are banned in Delhi NCR. Heavy trucks are in fact banned, and also while we are speaking about all of these things, the Delhi government has in fact also said that the government workforce will be reduced to 50% of the manpower. They have also said that outdoor activities in such situations should be avoided because the experts have said that long-term exposure to such AQI can result in respiratory damage, and the situation is so bad out here that the fog and the visibility impact, and also the AQI is in fact making life quite a little bit troublesome for the people who are living here, not just in Delhi but also in the NCR region. We are seeing that in North India, the IMD has issued an orange alert and has said that this fog situation will remain on the radar because with the cold temperature and also the slow wind speed, the fog situation can be seen, and it is trapping all the pollutants in the environment, and it is making it even more difficult for the air pollution to in fact disrupt from Delhi NCR, and that is why we are seeing that such kind of AQI can be seen here. While the IMD has said that with increasing wind speed there can be a little bit of assumption that the AQI will be going to the very poor category, but that is also not what the citizens want. They want to breathe in fresh air, and so far what we are seeing every year around, whenever winter arrives, it becomes quite tough, quite difficult for the people to breathe here and live in Delhi NCR. While we have seen many of the doctors from AIIMS also have said that people who can afford it should leave Delhi NCR during this kind of time, this kind of season, so that they can avoid any kind of long-term respiratory issue. Over to you.